in Bixby. You got a microphone here if you want, but if not, just speak up.
Well, I've got a loud voice. So, hi everybody, I'm Mike and this is Bixby. This is Chicken Charlie up here. He's my safety chicken, so this is kind of my safety feature, whereas Turbo Bob here has his orange flag. I've got my orange rubber safety chicken. I felt like I needed a little extra help having somebody kind of watch my back, make sure cars don't hit me. So far, Chicken Charlie here has done a pretty good job. I decided here back at the end of 2011 that I was just kind of complacent and bored and wanted to change my life. And really in Austin, Texas, it was a buddy of mine who gave me a Burning Man ticket that sort of started my journey. And I decided with Burning Man to quit my job, and I bought a little pickup truck and decided to take a big road trip. And I had the grand idea that I could take, at least a year and travel all over the country. But my little $2,700 truck broke down everywhere, and within about 5 months, I had spent over $6,000 repairing this thing until it finally left me stranded in the deserts of Southwest Texas, right outside of Big Bend National Park. While I was there, with my truck literally on cinder blocks in a parking lot, I met two guys, the Coyote Brothers we called them, that were about a year into a cross-country bicycle ride. And I just thought their story was so absolutely amazing that I wanted to figure out how I can do it too. And I really hadn't ridden a bicycle since high school. I was much heavier than I am now, a chain smoker. I'm the last person that pedals a bicycle. I get in my car and drive 2 blocks to buy more cigarettes and come back. That was my life. And finally I started doing some research as to how I could do this and do it with Bixby. And I thought about bikes with trailers, and after a while I heard the term cargo bike. So I Googled cargo bikes, and amongst other things I found a Yuba Mundo. I'd never heard of them, but I liked them. I found one. I talked to Bixby about it, and she seemed to think it was all right. So I got my cargo bike. I mounted a dog crate on the back. I brought it down to the desert where I was living and decided I'm going to train every single day, and I'm going to, get myself in perfect shape and take off on this adventure. The second day I had it, I got a flat tire in the rear, and I didn't touch this bike for 9 months. And everybody down there was making fun of me. Yeah, sure, dude, smoke another cigarette. Like, you're going to go pedal across country. And finally, the ridicule kind of got to me, and to save face, I decided to set a date. And that date was May 15th, 2013. I left that little desert town that I had broke down in, and I lived on a school bus in the middle of the desert down there for a year and a half. And I finally set that date and decided to see if I could pedal 600 miles, quit smoking, and to see if I could do this. So I chose from Galveston to Texarkana, Arkansas to go to a family reunion. Hadn't been to a family reunion since I was 14. I show up all these years later. I'm 35 years old on a bicycle with a dog wanting a shower. And I'll tell you what, I hadn't really seen most of these people since I was a kid. So that was kind of the first inclination where this trip might just change my life. I got a big part of my family back, and it also gave me the confidence that I can do one of these big trips. And with that, I secured a ride to Maine. Once in Maine, I found the easternmost town in Maine and decided, which is also the easternmost town in the United States, and decided that's where I'm going to start my trip. And when I saw that truck drive away and leave me in the easternmost town in the United States, it got real fast. And I basically set my sights on Key West. Let's see if I could pedal 3,000 miles. And in that 3,000 miles, kind of everything changed. It went from, can I do this, to this is the most fun thing I've ever done. I can't believe that I'm doing this. And along the way, the media started coming out. I realized because of this incredible little creature right here, I'm given a platform. Let's do something with it. So I started promoting local animal shelters. This dog absolutely changed my life. I wasn't about to do the trip without her. And since she's enjoying it so much and she's a shelter dog, let's try to save other shelter dogs along the way. As far as the e-bikes that come into it, I've now been over about 9,300 miles. And I wanted to pedal. That was my goal, is to pedal. But I'll tell you what, I just had an MRI on Monday to figure out what's wrong with my knee. What's wrong with my knee is I got to the base of an 11,000-foot mountain in Wyoming, and over a beer the night before, I met a gentleman who had a Harley, and decided we'll just strap my bike to the back of his Harley and he'll pull me up an 11,000-foot mountain. It sounds a lot easier than pedaling. What could go wrong? Well, it was an epic failure, and my safety chicken couldn't really save me from myself. He warned me, and I didn't listen. And we made it about 100 yards, and I really wished I wouldn't have done that. And after even setting through this tonight, I can absolutely, I'm kind of dreaming about having an electric motor myself. I enjoy the pedal. But I'll tell you what, you know, my bike fully loaded is about 300 pounds by the time I add my 50-pound dog. My gear, which was stolen, so I don't actually have all that right now. My bike got stolen here about 3 weeks ago. Luckily, I got my bike back, and we got the crate back, but I'm still kind of gathering the gear. But, you know, this bicycle means the world to me. It changed my whole life. Similar to her story, you know, this is something I didn't think I could do, and now I feel like there's nowhere I can't go. This little creature right here completely saved my life and given me a purpose that I feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. And there's definitely nothing on the face of the earth that I would rather be doing than what I'm doing right now. So that's my spiel, and I appreciate you listening to me.